Welcome back to KSP. You may notice that the game looks quite different now. But that's because, I've restarted the, series a bit. I had a few issues, such as, like, a save file corrupting or whatever, so I lost, like, the first 3 episodes of progress. It was also just 170 mods, which most of them I didn't even know or use. So, like, I kind of redid everything, reinstalled everything. First thing you might have noticed was that reflective visor. Not sure if I'm keeping those. They look pretty cool, though. And then if you, look up and look around, you may have noticed I finally caved and I got BlackRock's volumetric clouds. It's definitely worth it. I mean, just look at those reflections there as well. Definitely an amazing mod. Don't know why I didn't get it sooner. I just really redid the visuals. I did some ToughX stuff, and then I also got some like shading stuff and deferred rendering and a few other things. So I think it looks pretty good. It runs pretty nice most of the time. Now we're gonna just kind of restart the series a bit. I'm gonna try to go a bit faster though. Like, well, there's gonna be more stuff in each video is what I'm trying to say. So the videos are gonna be a bit longer, but we're gonna get more done. There you can see up the parallax settings a bit as well. But in this one we redo that first episode. We don't really do too much else. And I mean, just look at those clouds. I mean, like, man, definitely worth the $6 or so bucks. If you haven't gotten it, if you can run it, it's pretty good. You can see them moving there as I change the time a bit. But yeah, there's not much else to show. I think only thing left is to get into the building, where I try to somewhat recreate the original rocket from that first video, but I do take some creative liberties. And here you go. You can see me put the heat shield there and a decoupler. And I mean, it kind of looks like, I used KW rocketry, mostly the parts, so it kind of looks, I guess, like you'd call it Sarnus 5 for KSP. But as you can tell, that was our top stage, and then we had a second stage, and then we had a third one, I think. Although we don't really pack enough fuel, I probably should have done more. As you can see there, that's what I was talking about. You can see on the top the landing gear. We do end up moving that. And then this, I wish I had just kept bigger, but looked worse here, because the engine just didn't have a lot of thrust. But I fixed that here. You can see when I put on these solid rocket boosters. This isn't like the final design. I do make a couple changes, but for once I didn't have to redo the entire thing 5 times. To be fair, this is a fairly simple mission. And I've actually been learning how to keep track of Delta V now. So I'm not just like going and hoping I can get there. There you can see I'm like kind of staging a bit. And then here I add some like batteries and stuff, and solar panels, I think, to this upper stage. Trying to find, I think, so you saw the solar panels there. I think next we move the landing legs down. I move it down to under the first decoupler. We never end up using it, just because I forgot doing it in such a thin atmosphere. And that parachute on top, I accidentally set it to where I need to be 50 meters above the ground or something crazy like that, so it never even goes off. And so this is our first attempt. But there you go. You can see me place everything lower. I put a little relay dish on the back there. I added a bit more fuel here. Probably should have done it to the upper stage though. Doing a bit more staging, and we do this first attempt, and then I realized, due to some like error on my own, like I accidentally looked away and I was like almost flipped over, and then a few other things, we did not make it to space. But this next attempt was our final one, after you can see me changing the engines down there, but adding some fuel. But yeah, I'll just let you watch another montage like I normally do. And there you saw, we're now on track to get to Duna. Here's our like upper stage or whatever. And you'll see at the top, you can see my delta V. Probably could have gotten more, and actually our first like trying time lining up, we do not have enough. So you can see 5,700. And then I realized I don't need to do it there. I can do it a much more efficient way. I think it got down to like 700. There you can see we're just orbiting, waiting to go to our maneuver. Honestly, this was kind of boring. It's basically the same as just like going to Duna at all. There you can see start burning. And there you can kind of see we're getting close to our intersection there. And we do eventually get it. Then I fold up the solar panels because we weren't even using any electricity. And we start burning to Duna. Or periapsis rather, sorry. Not burning towards. There you can see Duna's right there. Looks pretty good. Looks the same as it was in the first video though. I don't think volumetric clouds adds too much to Duna. And you can see that planet shine along with, I think, one other mod makes it pretty nice. It adds that orange reflections on the ship. Now you can see I actually messed up my timing a lot, so it kind of got ruined, and that's one of the reasons our first attempt fails. But you know, you can see I'm trying to fix it, but we're rather hoping it'll be fixed. Then here I don't connect with the actual crew capsule, so I have to reload. But here we're on our descent for our first attempt here. Here was really just because of the parachute. Like I said, I made like it was either 50 or 500 meters when I was landing in the highlands, which is like 2,000 to 4,000 meters usually. I can't exactly remember. There, we're deploying our landing legs, as you can see. And you can see the suicide burn countdown as we start to burn in the top. I kind of just relied on that instead of like considering that I don't have enough fuel to do a full suicide burn. Yeah, normally you should just monitor yourself. Normally you should just monitor yourself, I suppose, but I just kind of went. And then you can see I ran out of fuel. But I thought it was fine. I thought I could deploy my parachute. And I accidentally put the decoupler first. Or maybe I do this on purpose. I can't remember. On one of my attempts, I think I might have accidentally decoupled on accident. And I'm like expecting the parachute to go pretty soon because I set it, what I remember, as 5,000. And as you can see, we just plow straight into it. See, 5,700 meters in the air. But here's our real attempt. And as you saw, we successfully landed. To be fair, they would have stayed, but obviously we don't have enough fuel to get back. Again, it doesn't matter. They're staying anyways, but I deploy my solar panels, and I start getting the crew out. That's Jebediah, and then I think Bill came out next, and then Bob, in that order. As you can see, Parallax is looking pretty good. That was in the original series though. The reflective visor, again, looks pretty good. Might replace it with just a normal visor though. Here's Bill getting out. And I kind of lined them all up for the pictures and all that. As you can see, You can see them in each other's reflections. And then here is Bob. And we plant the flag here. As you can see, the texture kind of glitches before fixing itself. I think that was my motion blur setting. Usually I have it off. But that is all I have for this video. Kind of simple. We just recreated that first mission. But I'm gonna try to do longer videos, a couple filler videos, so we're not skipping as much, like going straight to min-miss. Though we might still do that. I want to take a lot more viewer suggestions, especially now that I kind of fixed everything. Now that the Bill, Bob, and Jebediah aren't like glitched, so I can't even use them in my original one. Again, I'm gonna keep changing the visual mods a bit. I'm not sure if I like all of them. And I have a couple content packs, but mostly stock-alike stuff and Bluedog design. So here we're doing a bit of science, you can see. And what was I saying? Right, yeah. So Jebediah here, he's obviously on Duna, kind of like the last episode, or the original, sorry. Except he has Bill and Bob now, so hopefully things go a bit better. But yeah, that's about all I have to say. And end of the video. I still don't know how to end these videos. I should like watch a Matt Lown video and see how he does it.